You ever hit a point where you realize this isn't it? That the way you've been moving, the way you've been told to just keep going, it's not working anymore. That's what we're talking about here. The hard stuff, the conversations most people avoid, the ones that change everything. Welcome to Taboo Talks with Krystal, the podcast where we stop pushing through and start moving with purpose. This is where we break cycles, unlearn the lies we were taught, and step fully into the life we were meant to live. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just raw, real, unapologetic conversations about healing, leadership, and reclaiming your own power. This season, we're not just talking about change, we're making it happen. We're diving into conversations about reclaiming time, rewriting your story, breaking the patterns that keep you stuck, and stepping into the version of yourself that was never meant to stay hidden. We're talking about rising after trauma, building confidence, running a business without burnout, and leading in a way that feels real without losing yourself in the process. Whether you're here because you're breaking generational patterns, building something bigger than yourself, or reclaiming your voice in a way that changes everything, this is the space for you. New episodes drop every Taboo Tuesday, so make sure you're following on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen. Welcome to your next chapter. Welcome to Season 2. All right, here we are, Season 2. New energy, same mission, just a little louder now. I started Taboo Talks because I needed a space where we could say the quiet parts out loud, where healing wasn't polished, where truth didn't need a filter, where women, especially moms, survivors, leaders, could show up without the pressure to be perfect. But here's what I didn't expect, that in speaking my truth, I'd find not just healing, but clarity, direction, strength I didn't even know I had. I want to be real with you about what's changed, not just in the podcast, but in me. Season 1 was born out of survival. I was in the thick of rebuilding my life after everything fell apart. My husband was gone. My kids were grieving. I was staring down a mountain of trauma and trying to just keep us all afloat. But I wasn't just healing. I was waking up to the ways that I had silenced myself, to the generational patterns I was still carrying, to the version of me that was waiting underneath all of that survival. And maybe that's where you are too. You've made it through the hardest part, but now you're wondering, what comes next? There's this moment in every healing journey when you realize you're tired of just surviving. You're ready to build. That's where Taboo Talks is headed now. Still raw, still honest, but with an even deeper sense of purpose. Because this season, we're going beyond the breakdown. We're talking about what it looks like to lead, even when you're still figuring it out. To show up as a cycle breaker, a creator, a mom, a woman with a voice when you were never taught how to use it. We'll talk about automating things without burning out, about reclaiming your time, about navigating motherhood, identity, business, leadership, all without losing yourself. Because the truth is, women are carrying so damn much. And too many of us are still trying to power through instead of pause, process, and pivot. If we don't stop the cycles, they keep repeating. And I'm not just talking about trauma. I'm talking about overworking, overgiving, overfunctioning, staying small, staying quiet, staying stuck. But what if you're healing isn't the end of your story? What if it's just the beginning of your becoming? If you're here to break generational cycles, to lead your family differently, to run your business with soul, to raise emotionally strong kids, to unlearn and rebuild, then this is the space for you. Whether you've been through trauma, heartbreak, burnout, or just a lifetime of being told to shrink, I want you to know you can rebuild. You can grow. You can build something beautiful, even if the beginning was brutal. This season, you're going to hear conversations with survivors who've turned pain into power, experts who help us understand things like disability, dyslexia, sex addiction, burnout, and body awareness. You'll hear from cycle breakers who are parenting with intention, building aligned businesses, and reclaiming their voices every damn day. You'll also hear a few solo episodes like this one from me, where I will share behind the scenes of healing, growing, and building in real time. This isn't about theory. This is about real life and how to navigate it without losing yourself. And one more thing, this podcast isn't just for you to listen to, it's for you to grow with. I want to hear from you. I want you to tag me when an episode hits. I want you to share your voice, your story, your truth. And if you're a speaker, a coach, a business owner, or just someone building something bigger than yourself, talk to me about being a guest. Or just come be real. Connect with me at krystalcasey.com/links to book me, work with me, or reach out. Let's just keep the conversation going because this work, it's not meant to be done alone. Woo! Take a breath because this isn't just about pushing through or keeping your head down. This is a season of stepping up, of making moves. And the move is breaking the pattern, choosing differently, learning to trust yourself enough to stop, recalibrate, and move with intention. Breaking cycles, not just for you, but for the generations that come after you. If this episode resonated, please send it to someone who needs it, because real conversations deserve to be heard. And if you enjoyed today's episode, I'd love for you to leave a review on Apple or Spotify. It helps us reach more people who are ready to step it up. Listen, if you're not just here to survive, but to build something real, whether it's in your life, your leadership, or your business, let's connect. Whether you want to work with me, book me as a speaker, or learn how to build a brand that actually aligns with your purpose, head over to krystalcasey.com/links. Everything you need is there. And remember, you were never meant to just keep going. You were meant to break the cycle, build something real, and reclaim your power. Keep leading, keep creating, and I'll see you back here next Tuesday.